Why in God's name did you choose to be a Virgo? So again, all earth signs are going to be connected to your root chakra, and this is because most earth signs are going to have a main focus on building safety, security, material foundations within their life, and that's all connected to the root chakra. But the best crystal for a Virgo is going to be jasper, cobblestone, or amethyst, and a primary life theme is going to be about perfection through service. If I had to look at all 12 of the zodiacs and I had to pinpoint a perfectionist, I'm going to say it's a tie between a Virgo and a Libra, but we'll get to Libra. The Virgo's spirit animal is the bear. So let's think about the bear. Specifically, it's the black bear, but it could be any kind of bear. The bear is so loving and nurturing and kind, patient, right? But the bear will destroy you if the bear needs to defend what it loves. For Virgos, they excel with patience. They are the most patient of all the zodiac signs in my experience, in my spiritual experience, in my opinion. And they have a great deal of confidence in who they want to be patient with, in who they're going to give their time and energy to versus who they're not going to give their time and energy to. They're very black and white like that, which is a good thing. They're wonderful authority figures, and equally they can be nurturing and protective. And they're very connected to children. Most Virgos are very connected to children in a way where they want to love, they want to nurture, they want to protect. Again, this goes back to it being the bear totem for their spirit animal. A Virgo can be pretty damn competitive. They can be a little aggressive in spurts. They're typically not as consistently aggressive as, like, let's say a fire sign, but they have very keen minds. They're wonderful conversationalists. They're very inquisitive. They're very skilled at being able to draw out information from other people. This gives them an advancement in their intuitive type of abilities. They're very skilled at being able to tap into other people's inner peace, to find balance within other people's situations. Again, that goes back to the patience, but this also makes them wonderful healers. They have amazing memories, which again, if I was to say any other animal that would be related to a Virgo outside of the bear would be an elephant because of this. And they just have the biggest of hearts. They are probably the most versatile of all the zodiac signs. They hold so many balanced qualities. They have an enormous heart of generosity. But that's the thing too. Like, that's really important. They have such a big heart and generosity about them, but they also are wise enough to know who that belongs to, who's worth that energy, and who the fuck is not. They tend to be a little shy. They tend to withhold their own feelings until they feel comfortable around you. And they kind of have some tendencies to study and dissect and analyze things both internally for themselves and then for other people or situations too. They do this kind of to have like a grander understanding of how people operate, how the world operates, how they operate. Like, they're very intellectual, but they kind of come to this point where they realize that not everything can be understood in a physical sense alone. So this is kind of like the awakening process for the Virgo. They start to seek some type of spiritual growth in balancing their physical evidence along with validating like an inner intuition or the spiritual sense, right? So when they come to this awareness that life is always evolving, that there's the integration of both the spiritual and the physical, this kind of leads them to a perfection all their own and helps them along their mission to be of service to people around them, service to communities around them. Because they are so nurturing and so caring, they do tend to go into fields where you are being of service to other people.